Some of you have been asking what tools I use to make my models, so we'll do a quick workshop tour, and it will be quick because it's a small workshop. This is the saw that I purchased recently. It's a Bosch GTS 10. Very good saw. I'm quite happy with it. It's accurate and it does everything that I need it to do. Beside it here, I've got my sanding machine, and I do a lot of shaping on this machine after I've cut it on the saw. It's quite good machine too. Behind that on the wall, I've got tools hanging up. Best place to keep them in a small shop. And again here on this wall, I've got more tools hanging up. The miter gauge for the saw there, and that's a crosscut sled for the saw. You'll be seeing more of that in later videos. Again, there's more tools hanging up there. And as we come around the back of the saw, we've got the pillar drill, or drill press as it's known on the other side of the Atlantic. Here I have a little portable hoover for taking the dust from the back of the saw, and here I have a benchtop bandsaw, small one, 10-inch capacity, and again underneath that there's a vacuum to take away the dust. Over here I have a Bobbin Sander, which I use for sanding internal curves, and again a very good machine. Underneath all this mess here is what was once a CNC router, but the computer was homemade and very dodgy, so I could only use it for a short while before the computer went kaput. I never used it for models though. I never mastered the input into the computer, so someday I'm going to turn that into a 3D router. This is my lathe, and I don't use it as a lathe as such. I just use it for sanding wheels for the models, and on top of that I've got the radio, which is probably the most important tool in the workshop. Here I have a little benchtop router table and a second one just in case anything goes wrong with the first one. In this cabinet here is something that you've all seen at one stage or another. This is where I store my models. They have to be kept out of sunlight or they would fade quickly. So that's where they're kept. And that's it. That's my workshop. That's the entrance. Bye for now.